welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee, and this is a show we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Well, happy Thursday, everyone, and it is Black Panther Day. That's right. The long-awaited Ryan Coogler film debuts in theaters tonight for the public. I'm going to go see it tomorrow night along with Lisa and a couple of friends. So you can be sure this weekend I'm going to have my review out for that, so keep an eye. But go see the film. So go see the film. Think about how you feel about it. And then this weekend, come back and listen to my review and fire back on the social media account and Gmail account. And we'll have a little discussion about just how well Black Panther has done. Alright guys, we have a lot of stuff to talk about on today's show. Pretty much trailers galore is really what's going on here. I got the Jessica Jones trailer I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But first, let's get it out of the way. Last night during the Winter Olympics, we got our first look at Incredibles 2 by Pixar and Disney Animation Studios. Now this is the long-awaited sequel to the 2004 film. And it looks like it leaves off right where the first one did, where the Underminer comes up and the Incredibles attack him. Now, the film is directed by Brad Bird, who directed the first film. And it looks like we have all the returning voice cast, such as Craig T. Nelson, Holly Hunter, Samuel L. Jackson. And from what we get in this trailer, it looks like, from the story-wise, Elastigirl might be the center of it, or at least stepping out into the superhero role compared to Bob, Mr. Incredible, who was more the center of it last time around. Bob has to kind of take a back seat in this one, it looks like. So he's at home with the kids, helping with their homework, taking care of Jack and his newly discovered powers. So a little bit of switch. I gotta say, for this first look, it gets me more excited. I have been clamoring for an Incredibles sequel for so long. I saw the first one in theaters way back when. To be honest, the only reason I saw the first Incredibles film in theaters was because it had the teaser trailer for Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. That's the only reason I actually went and saw that movie. There's another one that had Revenge of the Sith trailer, Robots, that animated movie with Robin Williams and Ewan McGregor. Yeah, the only reason I saw that film is because it had a Revenge of the Sith trailer attached to it. Gotta say, though, Incredibles was much better than what Robots was. But, yeah, Incredibles 2, I'm on board. I can't wait to see this film. A couple of highlights for the trailer for me. I love the part where Bob is reading Jack a story and he falls asleep. And Jack just kind of taps him a little bit like, hey, wake up. At the end there, you have Bob trying to take care of Jack, gives him a cookie, and then he freaks out and turns into like the demon character and starts biting Bob. And really, that's how it is to raise kids, to be honest. Is from one minute they can go sweet little things munching on cookies, and then next thing you know, they're a demon trying to hurt you. That's pretty much what parenthood's like. But the fact that we got the whole team back together for the sequel, super excited about it. So go online, check it out if you haven't. I am a little disappointed they didn't fast forward a little bit. I thought they'd, I would like to have seen them go a little bit ahead of time. Maybe Violet's in college, Dash is in high school, but they're leaving off right where they did with the first one. I gotta trust that Brad Bird and the crew over at Pixar know what they're doing. So another trailer came out recently, actually, just a few hours ago, was a new trailer for Pacific Rim Uprising. Stars John Boyega and Scott Eastman. Now this trailer was very action-centered. We saw a lot of the Jaegers and the destruction and the monster fighting of what we're going to see in the film. Looked cool. The last one we got a lot of story, so this one I really didn't need to see, but we got it anyway. Pacific Rim was one of those few films I've actually seen in 3D in theaters that I thought was worth it. Now with my Movie Pass, I can't see 3D films, so if I want to see this one in 3D or IMAX 3D if it comes to it, I'm going to have to pay for a ticket. And I'm thinking about it. The action looked really awesome. I know the last film, the action was awesome. I may actually go see this in 3D. I don't know yet, but that trailer came out, so you guys can check that out online as well. Next up, a trailer that I've been promising to talk about for almost a week now, I think, is Jessica Jones Season 2. Netflix premiered their trailer last week. The Season 2 is supposed to come out on March 8th with 13 one-hour episodes, and each episode has a female director to it, so kind of sticks with the theme of the show of female empowerment. Now, in the first season, Jessica got rid of her villain, played by David Tennant. In this one, looks like she's still kind of haunted by that decision, but also praised for it as people are coming up to her in the neighborhood, seeing her as the super villain killer, and hiring her to take care of more bad guys. We see the return of Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones. You also got Rachel Taylor back as Trish Walker, Carrie-Ann Moss as Jareth Hogar, as well as David Tennant is supposed to make an appearance. Now, people thought when they said they were bringing back David Tennant, he was coming back from the dead. I don't believe that. I think she's just seeing David Tennant in her head, whether it be for a couple episodes or the whole thing. I'm not quite sure about, but she's still haunted by Kilgrave. That's just the character. He was such a traumatic part of her life that he's going to continue to be. He's always going to be with her. Much like, I guess you want to say, survivors. They always keep that with them. They always keep the horrible tragedies with them, and they just have to learn to deal with it. And I think that's one thing that Jessica Jones is going to touch on this season. The first season actually got a Peabody Award for its programming, and rightfully so. One thing I've loved about the Netflix Marvel shows is, for the most part, they kind of have an underlining theme. Jessica Jones season 1 was about surviving, something like being raped or molested or something horrible like that, surviving that experience, and what do you do after that? Luke Cage was about Harlem history, Black Pride, and then of course you have Punisher, which had to do a lot with soldiers and post-traumatic stress. I love that Netflix is doing it, and it seems like they're carrying over with this one. Now, the main storyline, it looks like, is that Jessica's going to be hunting down her past. We're going to find out how she got powers and find out that she's not the only one that got experimented on. So she might be hunting down people that were experimented with her. They might not be doing good things, so she might have to take them on. I think it looks fabulous. I really enjoyed Jessica Jones. As far as seasons of the Netflix Marvel shows, Jessica Jones is number 2, right behind Daredevil Season 2. I love what they did. I love the underlying theme of it. Kristen Ritter, I wasn't a big fan of, but now I am. I think she pulled off Jessica Jones perfectly, and I'm really excited to see what she's going to do with this character in Season 2. Now, her and Luke Cage, I think, were kind of useless in The Defenders, which is the last time we saw Jessica Jones. The story for The Defenders is really about Daredevil and Iron Fist. Luke Cage and Jessica Jones kind of took a back seat, so I don't think you need to see The Defenders to know what's going on in Jessica Jones Season 2. I don't think that's an issue at all. Also, after this, we get Luke Cage Season 2 coming out. That'll be in the summer, and then I think in the fall we get Daredevil Season 3, which I'm super excited for, because Daredevil, out of all the series, is my favorite. Now, what the future of these Marvel Netflix shows is, I don't know. As you know, Disney is looking to launch its own streaming service. Disney owns Marvel. So whether Disney is going to take these shows and try to cross them over to their streaming service or even cancel them altogether, nobody knows. We know we're getting a couple shows this season. It says that they already ordered another Iron Fist season and another Punisher season. So I think we're going to get that next year. Beyond that, I don't know, because the Disney streaming service does launch in 2019. Punisher Season 2, Iron Fist Season 2, that'll take us into 2019. Beyond that, I don't know the fate of them. I really don't, whether Netflix is going to try to keep them, because they are, pretty big shows for the Netflix streaming service. But I am excited for Jessica Jones Season 2 coming out next month. Speaking of shows that I'm excited for that come out next month on Netflix, DreamWorks Animation has premiered the first trailer for Voltron Legendary Defender Season 5. Now, the last couple seasons, Season 3 and Season 4, were kind of shorter seasons. Usually we get 13 episodes, I think, in Season 1 and Season 2. This one we only got, I believe it was 7 to 8 episodes per season. And I talked about how I felt like really Season 3 and Season 4, you put them together, it would have been a season unto itself, and it was kind of the same underlining theme, bringing in Lotor. So with that, I don't see it as season 5. In my eyes, I see it more as season 4. But in any event, this one, the Paladins have to team up with Prince Lotor to take on the Golra Empire and Zarkon, although the Paladins aren't really sure if they can trust Lotor, given the fact that he was against them for a lot of Season 3 and Season 4. Now, the showrunners of it told Entertainment Weekly, quote, "The Paladins will be questioning whether an alliance is even a possibility. Who really wants to go full in and trust the Golra? There's so much on the line if you make the wrong decision, so the Paladins are very hesitant." Now, the trailer was kind of short, just a little over a minute, and we didn't get a lot, I don't think, from it. Just that the war is continuing against the Golra and Zarkon, and that Voltron is winning. It says in the trailer they've taken back 1/3 of the Golra Empire. You still see Shiro in the Black Lion leading Team Voltron. Keith is not part of them anymore. And I said this in my review of Season 4. I get this feeling that Shiro is going to turn against them. Not willingly. In Season 3, he escaped from the Golra again. And there was a couple lines there about how they pretty much let him go. So I think somehow the Golra, Zarkon, they've implanted something in Shiro, and they're waiting for the right time to turn Shiro against the Paladins. And then at that time, I think Keith is going to retake the Black Lion. That's just my fan theory, guys. I have nothing to base it on, just the little lines in Season 3 and Season 4. I love Shiro, the character. I also love Keith. I love this show. Season 3 was a little for me, but I think it's because it was so short. If you put Season 3 and Season 4 together, that's a good season. Not as good as Season 2, but it's a good season. That's why I feel like, I don't know how many episodes Season 5 is going to be, but I hope it's the regular 13. Now, I think they said that they're going to go back and do a couple episodes every few months. So this might not be that long of a season, only a couple episodes, but then a few months later, we're going to get a few more episodes. I don't like that. I mean, it's cool you get, a few episodes every couple of months, but I'd rather have 13 episodes a year, and that sounds like good television to me, because that's what most Netflix is. I don't know, guys. Fire back. Let me know what you think. Do you like Voltron? Do you like how they're separating the season to have a couple episodes and a couple episodes a few months later? I'm not a big fan of it, but fire back. Let me know what you think. Okay, guys, and the last trailer I'm going to cover for today is actually the trailer for the Ninja Batman anime movie. If you haven't heard about it, it comes out in April on DVD and Blu-ray. It's an anime Batman storyline. So basically what happens is Gorilla Grodd has taken Batman and thrown him and his ensemble of characters back in time to ancient Japan. You got the Joker who becomes a warlord, and Batman and Catwoman and Nightwing and the Robins, they all have to take on Joker in ancient Japan. Now, the thing with Batman, of course, he's rich. He's got all his gadgets. This takes him away from all that. He's just got to armor up with his samurai sword and rely on his fighting abilities and his mind to take down the Joker and his samurai army, which honestly is what appeals to me. I harp on Batman a lot. I'm a Superman guy, so I sometimes try to take a few digs at Batman if I can. And I'm not a big anime guy either. But the premise of this sounds cool. And like I said, you're taking away Batman's gadgets, and he's just relying on his fighting abilities and his smarts, which really what appeals to me for the Batman character. My problem with Batman is that he is rich. That's my problem with the Batman character. That's why I kind of like Daredevil so much, I guess. He's kind of that broken character, much like Batman is, but he doesn't have all the fancy gadgets. He's just, smart and good at combat, and that's why I like Daredevil compared to Batman. Like Daredevil, he's blind, but I don't see that as a big component to the character. Me, it's the fact that he is very skilled, and he is a very street-level kind of character. Now, they did have a previous trailer for this film, but it was in Japanese. This is the English dub version, which I think is one I'm going to see. Again, not a big Batman guy, not a big anime guy, but in any event, I think it's an interesting premise because it strips Batman down to his very core as a person who is really smart and really good at kicking ass. So in that event, I'm definitely going to check this out when it comes out April 24th. I recommend you do so as well. Not a lot of known voices as far as the voice cast. The only one I really recognize is Tara Strong, who is playing Harley Quinn. Tara Strong, if you don't know her resume, go on IMDb. She does a lot of voice casting. She's played Harley Quinn before several times. She's also done voices for Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans, Young Justice, a lot of DC animated stuff too. So there you go. Alright guys, that is it for me today. I got to get on with my day. I got to finish watching the men's hockey game too before work. So time for you guys to fire back. Let me know what you think. Animated Batman, do you think it'll be cool? Voltron Season 5, Jessica Jones, Pacific Rim, and of course Incredibles 2. Tell me what you're excited about. Tell me what you're not excited about. Let's go deeper into the conversation. Facebook group, Twitter account, dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. So, like I said, I'm going to see Black Panther tomorrow. So my schedule as of right now, I'm going to try to record a review with Lisa on Saturday morning and then Sunday post it. So be on the lookout for that, guys. And then, of course, you guys fire back and let me know what you think of the movie. I know a lot of you are going to go see it. We'll figure this out and have a good discussion about it. So that's it. Until next time, guys, may the Force be with us all.